The 2024/2025 full-time NASCAR driver ascent of Frankie Muniz. Yeah, that Frankie Muniz, the guy who was a Hollywood actor. If none other than the film I've covered on this channel, Big Fat Liar. You know, that had Paul Giamatti, Amanda Bynes. Okay. Anyway, so here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, provide my perspective on the ascent of Frankie Muniz as a full-time NASCAR driver in 2024/2025. His vehicle racing pursuits is something, pursuit is something I started following in approximately 2016 when I was living in Albany, California. Yes, so he and I are not that much different in age, if I'm recalling correctly. So I was born approximately 1993. I'm 32 years of age, and he's like in his 30s as well. He's older than me. I think he's by a few years, like 5+ years. But don't quote me on that. And that's if the birthday published online kind of thing is right. So we're not too far apart. So this is one, I got my car. I became a car owner in 2015, and then 2016 I moved to Albany, California from Berkeley, California, and in Albany, California I went to this Target, and it was right by the dealership where I took my Toyota to get worked on. So I have a 2010 Toyota Corolla LE that I named left on. And so, you know, I passed the dealership a lot, and I was like, I should, like, is there somebody whose career I could follow? And because I'm kind of like, I don't really follow car racing, it'd be kind of cool if it was somebody who wasn't at the top. And so I was like, okay, like, race car drivers, and like when I searched, Frankie Muniz showed up, kind of, you know, per my search results earlier, and I was like, ha, perfect, I know who he is. He's like the only car driver whose name I know, kind of thing. And I was like, he's perfect. That's right. I don't need someone at the tippy top. I need somebody, I'm like, not to judge him on like his skill levels. I genuinely don't know, but I should follow him because I might actually learn something. So I've stuck with him at least a little bit. And I remember initially when I saw it, I was like, oh, is he a NASCAR driver? And it was like, oh, wait, he's not a NASCAR. He's not there yet. And so this year, he's a full-time NASCAR driver. I think he drives trucks currently. So there's been like a twist, and it's since I started following his driving vehicle racing pursuit. Yeah, and so it's been kind of cool, because I was like, it was something I tuned into back in approximately 2016, and I was like, I was like, watch, like, like as a fan, as a spectator, a fan, I was like, well, yeah, I don't know, like there's the concern of like me thinking he's in NASCAR. What if that oops actually causes him to go on to be in NASCAR? I was like, that'd be really cool if that's true, like a driver in NASCAR, competing as a NASCAR athlete, not as like competing in like races for actors or entertainers, right? Like he's a legit athlete, NASCAR. Okay, so I was like, if I live long enough, that's something I want to see. I want to see Frankie Muniz become a NASCAR driver, and I have. So that's very cool. And you know, so I think, and what does he drive? He drives Ford. Ford 150 or something like that. And so he's full-time, and it's like a truck series, if I'm recalling this stuff correctly. It's relatively recent for this season. So the 2025 season. So it's kind of, as in like I didn't miss it by, when did he initiate car racing? He kind of transitioned from acting to racing, pursuing car racing in 2008, if I'm recalling correctly. So it's been like per my spectating and viewing his career, it's kind of like been slow and effortful, in like 2024/2025, instead of like some huge, like, look at that leap. It's been like a slow and steady, and then kind of like a stabilizing ascent, which is very cool. I was like, you know, my background for like, or some of my background is science, and like there's all these plots that people show, and there's one where like there's new technology debuted, and it goes like, demand goes like, okay, love you, stay safe, have fun. And so like it'll overshoot and then it goes back down and like below the like peak level of the technology, and then it kind of like goes back up. And Frankie Muniz didn't do that. He did the like, let me approach it methodically, systematically, almost scientifically, and stabilize at my ascent. So he took the very mature, very like Tanis appreciative approach to getting there, which is really cool. Like I saw this one coming, even if I mistook it as already happening back then. Right? I was like, yeah, this one. So that's kind of cool. I didn't miss it. So that's on the 2024/2025 full-time NASCAR driver ascent of Frankie Muniz.